news is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Romney Tortola Pier Park, WINBVI Salon, Spa, Nail and Barbershop, the Wellness Center, Medical and Behavioral Health Clinics, Tisley Cross, Deliciously Smooth Cider, and Digicel, simply more speed, reliability and entertainment. A treat to the mind, body and the soul.
Take a breath in, then we begin.
3 Queens.
So I am, like she said, Kimberly Richard Simmons, and I am Mrs. British Virgin Islands Curvey. The truth is, most times we do not choose to be single mothers, but however, this is due to the relationship breakdown.
I am Roslyn Gilbert, Mrs. BVI QC 2022. I will start with this. Remember, each person should not suffer alone because you are ashamed of speaking up. Don't ever be ashamed of speaking up when something is going on.
It's just important for you to reclaim who you are, be the best person in terms of who you are, stay in your lane, run your race, do not look at where the other person is in front of you, just run your race. Because if you remember, if you look at the Olympics, when you cross the lane, you become disqualified. So if you stay in your lane, you would reach the victory.
A minister of the gospel.
And this is the thing with society. We like to measure ourselves with others. You cannot measure, I cannot measure myself with Eileen. I cannot measure myself with my sister. I cannot. I got to measure myself with me. What God intended and purpose is for my life.
The sexual abuse. Now I know that ministers in the room and ministers forgive me. I know what the Bible says, but I feel that a woman's body is her temple. And sometimes I've heard women who are married and they tell their husband they don't want it, and the husband takes it anyway because you're mine. That is sexual abuse.
And a well-engaged group of women participating and positively impacting each other.
Mental health is a topic that receives a lot of stigma.
All on a day mixed with some poetry and music.
We are all winners. It's okay to ask your sisters or brothers for a helping hand, for really only you know where you stand.
This was the second edition of the WINBVI Royal Retreat on Anegada, held on Saturday, January 14.
It was just an awesome time, and we are so happy, my team and I were so happy that we actually got to have the event in Anegada this time. It was actually slated for October, but due to circumstances beyond our control, we rescheduled it and we had it on Saturday. Now, I don't think it was a mistake. I think that was divine intervention, because the impact that we actually made on Saturday was like none other. Now, although the event is labeled a royal retreat, what that means is by coming to that event, you are committing to treat yourself like royalty, to commit and invest time into building a better you. We're on the journey to self-love, and to do that, we have to look after our mind, our bodies, and our souls. And so on Saturday, we tapped into those 3 areas, beginning with a yoga session by a beautiful young lady named Tisa Donovan. Awesome talent. I mean, she had us doing all sorts of poses to stretch the body, learning how to breathe properly. So we were breathing, we were stretching, and getting ready for the next topics. And the first one we began with was single parenting. That was a very engaging conversation with the women in the community. We went off into child abuse awareness and prevention, another hot topic where we provided tips on how to look out for those things. Then we talked about reproductive system, which was done by Mrs. BVI. Then we also went into a spiritual component where we had Pastor Nadia Harrigan. We talked about mental wellness with Sasha Stout from Therapy to Thrive. And of course, we ended with a bang with our ambassador, Dr. Arlene T. Penn, singing Reclaiming Me. Now again, Reclaiming Me is a hit song of the year. If you haven't had your copy yet, you need to go to iTunes and download it, Spotify, any one of those. It's a very powerful, positive song. It is a song that will empower you and give you the energy to go through on a daily basis. Now, at WINBVI, we believe that empowered women empower nations and can transform the world. And that's exactly how we design our retreats.
The next Royal Retreat is organized for Virgin Gorda.
We left Anegada on a high, and we're now getting ready to go to Virgin Gorda. So look out, Virgin Gorda. We are bringing a treat for you. It's the right time. We're on a massive campaign to empower women, help women to be their sister guardian. We can do it one woman at a time. We hope to see you in Virgin Gorda in February. The sister islands, Anegada, Virgin Gorda, Jos Van Dyke, there's always been a desire to reach out to them. A lot of things happen on Tortola, but there's a lot of things happening there too, and the resources are slim to none. And so since we had this retreat for the second time, they are asking, the phone's ringing, messages are coming in. When can you guys come over again? We need to do more. We need this. We need that. And WINBVI, the team, we've definitely committed to going back to Anegada, maybe form a virtual program where we can just engage in but a safe discussion with the community on different topics and areas that they just need a little hand holding with. So we are committed to doing that with the Anegada community.
Preparations are being made to take this retreat to Jos Van Dyke for the first time.
We have not gone to Jos Van Dyke as yet. We are hoping to do that this year, 2023. So I'm just going to pre-warn the women in Jos Van Dyke that what we prepare for what we are bringing to you, it is going to make the biggest impact you have probably experienced to help you to propel into the better version of you and help a sister to propel into the better version of her. This is what it's about. A lot of the things we discussed, I find over years they've been pushed under the table, or people will say, don't talk about that, leave that alone. This is not the season to leave it alone and push it under the table. There are a lot of women out there that are crying for help on the inside. And if we don't share, then we won't be able to help them, because in these sessions, by one woman sharing, another one sitting saying, I didn't know somebody else was experiencing that. Or they would pick up a tool and say, I didn't know I can do that. And so that is what we are about.
The date set for Virgin Gorda leg of WINBVI Royal Retreat is February 25, 2023.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Everyone looks to the future, but no one truly knows what the future holds.
The number of people under the age of 20 with type 2 diabetes could increase by 49% by 2050. Let it be known that we all have a 30% chance of developing hypertension.
Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
More than 60,000 young adults aged 20 to 39 are diagnosed with cancer each year. Obesity leads to problems such as stroke, heart disease, and kidney failure.
No matter your race, age, or color, we are all at risk.
These diseases can be managed or prevented if caught early.
But with the right medicine and the right doctors to keep us on a path to live a robust and healthy life,
we will live well.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Plug into Digicel Plus and get even more entertainment with Disney Plus included. The best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic all in one place. Whenever you want, plug into Plus to enjoy Disney Plus and much more with a home fiber bundle. Sign up today. Digicel Plus.